Since the beginning of the year, Pope Leo XIV has been doing something remarkable. He has been giving a weekly catechesis on the teachings of the Second Vatican Council. On February 18th, he turned to Lumen Gentium, the Dogmatic Constitution on the Church, and his reflections deserve more than a passing glance. The Pope begins with the word mystery. The Council Fathers chose this Pauline term to describe the Church. Leo clarifies, by choosing this word, it did not intend to say that the Church is something obscure or incomprehensible. When St. Paul uses the word, especially in the letter to the Ephesians, he wishes to indicate a reality that was previously hidden and is now revealed. This is crucial. Revelation is the Christian data. Everything else, our ideas, our politics, our preferences, must be tested against it. Not every thought a Catholic has is a Catholic thought, only those that align with what God has revealed. Leo then explains that mystery is God's plan to unite all creatures thanks to the reconciliatory action of Jesus Christ accomplished through his death on the cross. This is experienced first of all in the assembly gathered for the liturgical celebration. There, differences are relativized, and what counts is being together because we are drawn by the love of Christ, who broke down the wall of separation between people and social groups. Notice where the Pope places the center, the liturgy, not synodality, not politics, not even theology as an abstract exercise. The paschal mystery, made present at every Mass, is the source from which everything else flows. It brings us properly to our knees. One might ask, why did Leo begin this catechetical series with Dei Verbum on divine revelation rather than Sacrosanctum Concilium on the liturgy, which was chronologically first? Perhaps because he recognizes these constitutions are intertwined. You cannot grasp the richness of one without seeing them as a whole. Then Leo leans into the universalism of the Christian message. Precisely because the Church is brought about by God, this convocation cannot be limited to a group of people, but rather is destined to become the experience of all human beings. Union with God is reflected in the union of human beings. This is the experience of salvation. This is not empty universalism. Leo is a son of St. Augustine. He does not shy away from the enormity of Christian claims. Unlike the founders of other religions who died in old age, having largely achieved their goals, Christians claim their founder is God himself, and that this God permitted himself to be crucified as a criminal. But Leo also issues a quiet challenge. He encourages Catholics to resist the temptation to paint fellow believers with caricatures, to dismiss their concerns as wrong-headed, to forget that all have the task of living in such a way that their lives give testimony to Lumen Gentium's claim. The Church is in Christ like a sacrament, or as a sign and instrument of both a very closely knit union with God and the unity of the whole human race. In a polarized time, when religion is invoked to justify politics of all varieties, it is easy to forget that the Church is founded on mystery, easy to forget that every Mass is a miracle, easy to minimize the powerful call to unity at the heart of the Church's self-understanding, easy and lethal. Leo's catechesis invites Catholics of every inclination, left and right, devout and lapsed, to become part of the renewal to which Vatican II pointed, a renewal that is no newfangled ideology, but something very old and ever new, the revelation of God in Jesus Christ. The question is whether Catholics are willing to listen.